Hey guys, Darren here with a box review of 1994 Collector's Choice Football, and this is actually not just one, but it is a two-box review. So I've got one and I've got one here. I got the ability to do two boxes at one time, and I was excited to do this. Now, I have opened a ton of these packs from back in the day, and I had a success rate of getting the gold cards of about, I probably opened 5 or 6 boxes, and I got 1 or 2 gold cards. So as far as I'm concerned, Upper Deck still owes me big for back in the day. But at any rate, I was a little nervous about the rate of gold cards coming out, and so that was part of the reason I wanted to get 2 boxes to get a fair shot. These are the 4 wrappers. They have, Sterling Sharp, they got Joe Montana, Dan Marino, and Jerry Rice. These are also the checklist cards as well. So when you look at the checklist cards, you have Sterling Sharp, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, and Dan Marino. Same art. So it was cool that they did different wrappers for each player. The card set is, as you can very well tell, a card set I'm very well familiar with, having opened as many boxes as I have. I have the whole silver set. I do not have anywhere near the whole gold set, which I've been inching along over the years. The card set starts off with these rookie cards in their college uniforms with full bleed images, which are both really great and not all that great at all, because they're still college uniforms, so you don't feel the players. In cases like Aaron Taylor here, you get to see him in his college pro uniform, but for the most part it's all in college uniforms. So even though they're great shots, they're still underwhelming if you're looking for for feeling like you're watching a pro or looking at a pro card set. And then they have images of 93, so these are looks back at the previous year in 3 different categories. So they have different card backs for the 3 categories, depending on So that's the way the set's built, and then all the rest of the cards are just the regular player cards, which this is the way that they look. So that's the nature of the card set itself, and then a few checklists at the back. But before the checklist, they actually have cards of the 2 expansion teams as well. So it's not the first Carolina Panthers card. There was one in 93, but these are among the very first cards for either team. So that's what the packs contained. That's what the set contained. And since I opened 2 boxes, I was able to compare. One of the boxes got me within 23 cards of a complete set. The other one got me, it was about 70 cards shy. It was a long ways away. So big difference between the 2. And when I pulled out cards from the lesser set for the better set, I got 22 of the 23 cards. So there's only 1 card that I'm still missing for this, what for me is an additional set. But that was nice to know that between the 2 boxes I got within 1 card, which I'm perfectly fine with. I'm good. And the number of doubles really wasn't that bad. There are more than enough doubles for filling out the set, but hey, for this box, as close as I got, I'm pretty good with it. And in the box where I was close, I got no doubles of note. But in the other box, I got an additional Joe Montana, additional Barry Sanders, Andre Reed, Rod Woodson, and Derek Thomas. So those were the doubles in the opposite box. The cards that I got in the set that I didn't need in this set, so these were the equivalents of the stars I pulled out of the box. Trent Dilfer and Marshall Faulk rookies. Then we got Bledsoe, Bettis, Montana, Emmitt Smith, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, and Marcus Allen for the tradition of excellence. And then a Montana card, Barry card, Bledsoe, Marino, Emmitt Smith, Sterling Sharp, Young, Aikman, and a checklist of Dan Marino. I got a double of that. So those were the stars I got in the second box, and so they become doubles because of this. So that's how this worked. Between 2 boxes, I got within 1 card of 1 set. I got doubles of most of the players, no Elway, no Barry, but for the most part, I got right up to the doorstep of a full complement of star doubles. And then every single pack comes with a silver parallel card or a gold parallel. In the first box, I got an extra Johnny Morton, or I got a Johnny Morton, Tim Brown, a John Elway, and a Warren Moon. So those were the stars I got there. And then over in the other box, I got, and then I also want to mention that the gold card I got in the first box was Greg Jackson. I also got an instant winner for their, what was it called? It says Crash the Game, but it was a special set. Oh, Then and Now. That's right. That's what it's called. And then I got Crash the Game cards of Andre Reed and Gary Brown. So that was the first box. That was the box that worked out better. But the other box, I got doubles of Emmitt Smith, Marcus Allen, and Randall Cunningham. But I got a Sterling Sharp for gold. So that box turned out better for the gold, but otherwise it was not as good. And then while I got another Then and Now card, I also got Schuler and Emmitt Smith and Darnay Scott. So for the Crash the Game cards, the second box came out well. But that's basically how things shaped up for the two boxes. The nice thing about getting the two boxes is it gives you a lot more room to get better cards. That's very obvious. The problem is that the cards are not attractive cards. They're just not. The whole design of the card is clunky. The images are not well selected, even though they're very bold. They're very clear. The images don't quite make up for just how incredibly boring that white box is. And especially for me, having opened up as many packs as I have back in the day, I did not enjoy this. It was about as rote a process as I possibly could have. And interestingly, I got a headache partway through because it was more about just the basic thought process as opposed to enjoying the experience. And I found that really interesting. I don't know if that's going to be the case for somebody who's not as familiar with these packs as I am, but when I went through 1990 Pro Set or 1990 NBA Hoops, I enjoyed that process partially through reminiscing. This was the exact opposite. There was no enjoyment whatsoever going through these. I mean, you can look right here at Joe Montana and Barry Sanders, and these two cards are boring. Joe Montana and Barry Sanders, they should be exciting cards, but they're not. They are about as boring as you're going to get. And that's just, for me, personally, the problem that I have with these packs is that there is no interest to them for me. But I am really curious if other people are more excited about it, if they enjoy it more. The silver parallels don't excite me, but the gold parallels do, well, with good reason. But the one thing I really enjoy is pulling the Crash the Game cards out, because this does have the full thrill of being an insert, and you can see they're not common. It's rare that you get them, so you're lucky if you get them. So if you've opened one of these recently, or if you have good memories of this, I'd love to hear about it, because I certainly don't. And so other than that, thank you guys very much for watching.